here with my boy OG. OG, say what's up.
What up?
Yeah, I just posed OG a real question right now, you know what I mean? And I need some feedback on this from the on live audience. Question. What if a man raped a woman and this woman winds up having a child by this man and she winds up hating this child all their life, but the child winds up loving this woman and the child winds up being the last face that this woman sees before she dies? Like, how does that work? Assalamu alaikum. How does that work? How do you deal with that level of trauma? And at the end of the day, you know what I mean, the child really loved her. The child wanted to be in there all his life for her. And it was just like it's a real situation. It's a real question that needs to be asked because this type of situation is very complex and we deal with it on a daily basis. So I asked my man OG what he think about it. OG, what's your opinion?
What's my opinion?
Yeah, we want to know.
The girl probably didn't know no different. The baby. So she loved that woman.
Yeah, but how is it as a woman to sit there and see your rapist face in that baby's face all the time? You know what I mean?
And feel that's how that happened.
Well, I'm just saying. You know what I mean? That's what I would have thought. You know what I mean? That's where I'm thinking about it. That's where my train of thought is going with it. Like, you know what I mean? Because if this is a woman that was that went through a traumatic experience like that, then the time she looks at that baby, she's going to be thinking in that manner, you know. So you got something for 10, fam?
Yeah, I got it done.
She said it done. What about 8? You got an 8 for 10?
No, I don't.
Mind you, I shouldn't even have said that with them all live.
You're all good.
Thank you.
Have a good one.
All right, thank you. So, yeah, we still debating this question real quick. You know what I mean? So, I need some feedback from the audience so I can know what's the real opinion on that. What else? Me personally, I'm gonna look at it like this. You know what I mean?
I hated the child all the way. What did
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's the part that really that gets me. Do you love the child, hate the child?
So you hated, supposedly in the back of your head, you hated this child all your life.
Oh, it's a rape child. This is a product of this man's rape. This is not like a child where you came into the world with somebody that you loved. You know, this is a guy that violently raped you, did you messed up, and now
Why didn't she get rid of it when she found out she was pregnant?
She probably doesn't believe in abortion. She's not that type of woman.
All right, if you're gonna go that way, then why are you gonna hate the fucking the child?
Well, you know what I mean? The child is a product of the rape. So, you know what I mean? Every time she sees a child, it's
yeah,
like...
but she still fed it and housed it and all that, so she can't really...
It's not a pet. It's something that came out of her.
Yeah. Well, all right. She took care of it for 18 years or however old
And
she was.
question, does the rape sanction the murder of the child?
No.
Well, that kind of conflicts with what you just sat here and said.
Yeah. That's an option. You got a lot of options.
Okay, so we taking that as an option. The fact that, you know what I mean, she could have had an abortion as an option.
True.
Okay, so she didn't choose that option. Now she has the child.
So how can you hate it then? How can you hate the child if you're going to carry it for 9 months?
That's a good question. That's a good question. But there are situations and scenarios where that does occur.
I'm sure there is.
Right here in America, we deal with those thoughts every day.
You ever see a pregnant woman? You've got 4 babies. You ever see...
None of them are rape babies.
No, I understand that. That's got nothing to do with it. But a pregnant woman goes through some fucking shit for 9 fucking months.
Yeah, a lot of turmoil, pain. She carried that baby through pain and all that. And then that's further pain that she carried because not only was she raped, but then now she's carrying a baby that caused it. It's a lot. Like, that's a lot. So, but here's the thing. The child loved her all his life, And the child was the last person that she saw before she died.
Good, fuck
Now,
her. Fuck her.
we don't know what went through the mother's head as she was passing away,
Fuck her.
but is that how you supposed to feel as you dying and seeing the face of your rapist as the person you
How do
last
you know
seen
How
and
do
you
you
love?
know she kept seeing her a fucking rapist?
The baby looks just like the father.
How do you, was you making that part up too?
No, the baby looks like the father. It was only right to assume that part. I'm just saying.
Why she's at peace.
Okay, but you know what I mean? For your peace came with seeing the face of your destroyer. Her whole life was destroyed by that man.
That's a weak-minded mom.
You feel that?
Yeah.
So what should she have? How should she have dealt with that trauma, and how should she have went on about her life?
Go to counseling.
That's a simple answer. Counseling.
I don't know. No. But
You know what I'm about to say,
you
right?
can't have three fucking...
You know what I'm about to say,
You
right?
can't have three Kevin...
Listen, this is not what they call a sitcom. White people always feel like they could fix things with counseling. This ain't a no, but I get the counseling part. That's what we have. But we're trying to rationalize.
Watch this. Watch this.
We're trying to rationalize this level of trauma mixed in with this level of love. Like it's a real crazy situation. Because you know why I say that? Because a lot of women deal with situations like that. They've been in a relationship with men who they claim were abusers to them, but they're raising this child by this abusive situation, and then they pass that angst amongst to the children, and then the children grow up. Yeah, but the children grow up under that, and you know what I mean. Psychologically, the children has dealt with that all their. You got a lot of black women that you know what I mean sit there and tell them their sons is ugly or they don't like they sons or they children because you know what I mean. The father was black and look what he did to me. And you got a lot of women that sit there and say, "Oh, I'm never going to date a black guy," or you got white women say, "I'm never going to date a white guy because look what they did to me." Well, I never heard a white woman say that. But I'm just saying, you got people that's dealing with that level of that trauma all their lives. So like I'm trying to rationalize it. You know? And it needs to be rationalized. And it needs to be rationalized because I think that's a valid point and a valid question that needs to be brought up. That's a valid point that needs to be brought up.
You know what the sad part is?
What's the sad part?
Mom died and that child was a mother every goddamn
Every day.
day.
And here's another layer to that. The child has to deal with the fact that knowing that the father raped the mother, and
She might know. How do you know she knows that?
Yeah, because we don't know if the mom's told her the story or
Right.
nothing like that.
Right. She
But-
probably didn't. That's what was eating Mom up because she
Could have been that too.
didn't tell her that.
But
you know.
come on, a story like that gets sensationalized. So you know, I'm pretty sure the world's heard about it.
Oh yeah, there are all kinds of crazy cases.
So at the end of the day,
That wasn't that thing that we're talking about. Wasn't the first fucking one.
no, not at all. There's been a lot of cases like that. So my thing is, how do you rationalize those feelings? Like, I should have got Bravo. How do you rationalize those feelings, though? How do you come to terms with knowing that, you know what I mean? Your rapist, you had a child by your rapist, and you know what I mean? Now you raising that child.
You know
that
how-
child loves you though,
You know how you rationalize
but you
it?
can't build a bond with
She
them
should
because.
have went and fucking blew his fucking head off,
Yeah, that's a good point.
and then raised my child. Be gone.
That's a good point. And that's another point too. Let's say the rapist, you know what I mean, he happens to get out of jail and wants to see his son.
Fuck him. Fuck him. How does he got any rule in this?
I just found that to be a really crazy situation. That's one of them head spins.
fuck
Like you
him.
ever hear that term,
I'll move
Stockholm syndrome, where you wind up
Yeah,
liking
yeah.
the person who wind up.
I know what Stockholm.
That's wow. That's one of those situations, man.
That's that Patty Hearst shit. They talk you into doing.
Who's Patty Hearst?
Patty Hearst? You don't remember that shit?
No, what's up?
Patty Hearst. She was kidnapped. The Hearst family owned a lot of newspapers. LA Times, fucking New York Post, whatever. They owned a lot of newspapers. These guys kidnapped her.
Forget the driver.
These wannabe terrorists kidnapped her and talked her. That's where the Stockholm thing came famous from. They talked her into actually becoming one of them. And
Whoa, run that back again?
she was kidnapped. And they talked her because they wanted ransom money
From who?
from her parents. Her parents, she was a very wealthy child.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they owned, like I said, they owned every major newspaper in the country, I think. And so they kidnapped her, and they talked her into becoming one of them. And they started going out.
How long did it take for that situation to evolve into them switching
6
all over?
weeks, a couple months, whatever.
So-
That I don't know that deep into it.
Really?
And they went out and started robbing banks and shit, and she was the head gunman.
Now, was it Stockholm syndrome from the fact that they kidnapped her, and did they abuse her? Like, did they have a trap?
No,
What was-
Stockholm's they talk you wouldn't have believed what they're saying to you.
Well, Stockholm
It's
syndrome is more different than that.
It's reverse psychology.
Well, yeah, it is, but Stockholm syndrome is more like your abuser is the one that gets you to you start loving on your abuser,
Right.
and that's what kind of
what it is.
Yeah, it sounded like she was down with the plan though. Patty sounded like she was down with the plan after a while.
After a little bit.
Yeah, it sounded like she was with that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's another thing. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if
around-
I don't know if that fits into that type of coercion.
They went around and started robbing banks and shit.
Oh shit, that's crazy. But back to the original topic, though. You know what I mean? Because that's what this is about. We're talking about a woman who got
here we
raped
go.
by a man. You know what I mean? And she carried a baby long term into this world, and then the baby winds
Come
up
on, we
loving
already
her.
came to all these conclusions.
Yeah, but you never sat there and said what's the sentiment on because if the baby's the last person that she saw on her deathbed, how is she supposed to feel about the child?
The worst part about this, the worst one is a child.
I feel like the child caught the worst end of the stick on it. But the child came into the world innocently and had to deal with a lot of that psychology. You know what I mean? That was forced upon him. But the fucked up thing about it is, you know what I mean? The child, on the other hand, you know what I mean, has the father's face, so he kind of inherits. You know what I mean? The wrong. It's just wild. It's a wild thought. And that's why I keep going over it.
Yeah, but mom couldn't have been doing nothing wrong.
Well,
The
we
baby
didn't say
loved her for the 20 years.
Moms
whatever.
didn't do nothing wrong at all. She just happened to be an innocent bystander in the situation also. But her mind is just fucked up. And all throughout her life, she hated on the child because the child resembles the father who was a rapist.
That's a sad thing for the child.
Well, you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm trying to rationalize the thought. Because the thought is something that a lot of people go through right now. A lot of the trauma, psychological trauma, are situations like that. Like you got that love-hate thing going on right now. You know what I mean? That's a fact. Stay focused. Stay focused.
What'd you say? I was.
What's your motherfucking mind?
I was focused. Oh, a beautiful woman's a beautiful woman. You walk by, I'll be staring at you too, mama. I'm sorry.
She only laughing because you're white. I just want to let you know that. If I would have did some shit like that, she would have looked at me crazy. So I just want to let you know that.
No. He made a joke first, and then he said that. If he would said that originally, I would have never been like, no. Excuse me? Excuse me? He made a joke. It was funny. I mean, she could, kind of naked.
Yo, trust me.
He might have had a
If he didn't have that Dutch in his hand, his eyeballs would have been someplace else.
No, I'm not saying she wasn't a good-looking woman. I was focused on the conversation. That's what it was. But at the end of the day, though, she was a good-looking woman. But you know what I mean? No, this wind is killing me right now.
Bus stop.
Hello?
On the bus stop. Don't be losing all the weed, fuckface.
nobody say that to the sister that walked by.
Oh, feed the cat. I'm gonna talk about feed the cat.
I left the grab with you?
Yeah.
Why the wind gotta be blowing so hard?
I tried to see if we were earlier. I'll look for the next one. I want to be better than you. I was thinking about walking to a discount store. See if they give me a blanket.
Big fella, what up? What's up? You trying to sit down, big fella? I hope you know you're on live. So you trying to sit down? Sit down. Let's see. So at the end of the day, you know, that brings up another. That brings
Oh,
up
here
another
we
point.
go.
I just want to let you know that brings up another point. That brings up a point on karma, and that also brings up another point on
Karma takes too long.
should the children pay for the mistakes of the father and the
No.
parents?
No.
That
Why?
brings up a bigger point
No.
because that's what the child is suffering from, honestly.
Yeah, but if the child doesn't know any of it, she's not suffering. She's seen her mom die.
No, but the child is wondering all their lives, and then why you don't like me, mama?
She didn't come off like that.
Well, I'm just saying, in this hypothetical situation, it tends to that.
If
Let me get
mama
it like
was,
this.
if mama was treating you wrong and daddy whatever.
Well, mama wasn't giving her. Say what's up. Mama wasn't giving her the love. Mama wasn't giving her the love that.
They would have been gone.
What you mean?
At 13, they would have said, "Fuck this, I'm out of here." And God knows what would have
I
happened.
know you don't know that.
Yeah.
You don't know that.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't, because a lot of children stick around, either through the abuse.
I'd be out.
Well, okay, that's you. That's you. But like I said, the child was there when the mother passed away. It was the last face that the mother saw.
I hope she smiled in mom's eyes.
I just think that's a fucked up situation. Personally.
I hope she smiled in mom's eyes with that eyes.
That's a
and
fucked up
said,
situation. That's all I can sit there and say. That's one of them situations that's just so confusing and so crazy. You know what I mean? Like, you got to look at it from a perspective of, you know what I mean? Damn. That's all you can sit there and say.
Mm-hmm. Now, that's all you could say. You ain't been there, you ain't lived it, you can't judge it.
But my opinion on it is, this is where I come. This is where I went. I feel like time is the denominator in situations like that. I feel like giving time.
Everything is based on time.
Yeah, because I'm in my mind, I'm like giving time. Because see, what happened was she raised the child until old age. The child was the last one, so they actually did grow a bond together. I believe that the mother did love the child, but she just couldn't physically bond or couldn't bond with because of the trauma.
All right. Because what's in the back of her head of how it happened.
Yeah, but to see your rapist's face as you dying is a crazy situation. That's a crazy situation. That's a situation that's just like
maybe not. It might be a blessing. Good.
I was thinking that.
Good. Now I ain't got to see you no more.
So then I came up with another scenario, right? I was like, maybe it might have been a blessing in her life. Because maybe had that situation, I just got it. So maybe if that situation hadn't happened, the moms might have been through another situation. Maybe the moms might have died a couple years later, and you know what I mean? This situation, a lot. So, you know what I mean? It's just like possibilities. I'm not trying to make it seem as though, you know what I mean, what happened to her was right. I'm just sitting there putting a lot of different possibilities on
what happened to her was nothing right.
It was nothing right about it. But I'm just sitting there like in the big scheme of things, when you start looking at it from time and how it unravels. You know what I mean? It's like, because it puts into perspective a lot of things, like, you know what I mean, relationship-wise. There's got a lot of women that don't want to fuck with guys because they sit there and say, well, this was an abuser. But the guy changes over time, and you don't know how he might be 20 years from now, or what situation he might have went through. Same thing, but she might have been a hoe. But 20 years from now, because that happened, there was a mayor, she used to be a prostitute. Yo, this shit wild.
You want me there?
Oh, I don't know. There was a mayor in one of these states, and everybody called her out for being a prostitute when she was young.
Then how'd you become mayor?
She changed her life around. Now, isn't she
you know
entitled
why?
to it?
She probably did everybody that was voting for her.
Could have been, but isn't she entitled to change her life around, though?
Sure.
So
we've all been there like that. I had.
Okay, I'll give you another situation.
I was in Notorious Crackhead. Now I run a kitchen.
I'll give you another situation. Sort of similar to this rape situation. You know what I mean? Valid point. Sort of similar to this rape situation, but different. Let's say you're a cop and you get called to a robbery. And during the course of that robbery, you get shot. The person who shoots you is part of the person who saves you, though, is part of the robbery crew. Or not just that they were part of the robbery crew. Let's say they were a person, you know what I mean, that was in the store and they saved you, but then they wound up getting locked up by the police because the police thinking that you can't talk because you in the hospital now, but he wound up saving you, you slipped, and they locked everybody up in the store thinking that he was part of that robbery crew. He winds up doing 4 years in jail, 5 years in jail, before you're able to get out that coma.
That's bullshit. Well, that's more of a color of your skin thing.
But I'm just saying, it deals with the same type of emotional conflict.
Well, the man in the coma, he ain't gonna remember how it went down that day anyway.
No, he comes out and he remembers. And he clears homeboys, he gives homeboy justice.
He remembered all that shit after 4 years.
But what?
Of being in an induced coma.
But how you think homeboy's supposed to feel, the one that did the 4 years in jail for saving this man's life and getting accused of robbery?
He's gonna be hating everybody.
That's a real crazy conflict right there.
He's gonna be hating everybody.
It's a crazy conflict. America deals with these conflicts. They deal with them on a daily basis. Our society deals with these conflicts on a daily basis.
No, we live with them on a constant.
Well, we live with them on a daily basis. You know what I mean? A lot of conflictions. And these conflictions need to be dealt with in order for us to get past them.
And who's gonna do it?
Well, I'm just saying they need to be talked about.
These assholes that everybody votes for are gonna do it.
They need to be talked about. Because there need to be a clear understanding. That's the thing that's keeping the dysfunction.
There's a news thing on today about the violence in Albany with the youngins and all that.
That's
At
bullshit.
At 5 o'clock.
That's bullshit.
But listen,
That's bullshit.
the people that actually give a fuck are sitting at a table. Charlie Pastor,
Those are all bullshit.
no.
I'm telling
Charlie
you facts.
Pastor is
Those
the
are all
man.
bullshit. Those are all bullshit. Listen, I'm gonna
But
tell you why.
none of the mayor or
You're on TV
the mayor.
talking about the violence in
No,
Albany.
these are the fucking people that are standing
No,
up
these are the people that
talking about the politics. Yo, you ain't.
that don't mean that they're
They're
actually.
like-
Hold on, go ahead, sir. That doesn't mean that they're how can I say, for the benefit of the cause of that cause.
Yeah, they are.
No, they're just talking about. We're talking
No,
about.
they
the-
do.
Now, on what side
They
do you stand?
They do.
No, they don't.
Charlie Pastor, yeah, he does.
Because if you was really trying to get rid of the violence in the community, you would start with the economics.
He starts with guns.
That's what I said. It's
Some
bullshit.
asshole turns into a gun. He gives him a $50 fucking gift certificate.
It's all bullshit.
Or a pair of
Yeah, all
Nikes.
that's bullshit. But they all know. That's why I said it's bullshit. They know what perpetuates the violence, and they also know that violence is nationwide. So it's
Yeah,
not
but
like
no-
you sitting here saying
all right,
something
what I'm
that's
getting
not
at-
everywhere.
all right,
So
listen.
what you're doing is fear mongering.
What I'm getting at, all the people that are trying to fix this shit,
Who's
the
all the
poli-
people that's trying to fix it?
Charlie Pastor and all the whatever they are. But none of the politicians, like the
How about-
mayor, the fucking chief of police, nobody would come to this meeting and speak their piece.
Why not?
Because they scared and they don't know what they're doing. Charlie Pastor is a bad man.
Maybe he does have good intentions.
He do. He's had it for 20 years.
But a gun buyback is not good intentions.
Yeah, it is.
No,
Gets him off the street.
Right back into the hands of the people that's going to sell them back to you in the
No,
street.
they're not. No, they're
Huh?
not.
So what happens to all the guns that get taken into
They
the
probably
precincts?
get burnt up and turned into fucking
You
hotels.
believe that?
Yep. I'll guarantee you they don't come back out.
That's how you know we got two different perspectives on two different sides
Well,
of the spectrum.
we always do.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I don't believe that.
I do.
I don't believe that.
Charlie Pastor.
You gotta
was
show
doing-
that.
Charlie, look up Christian.
You got guns that have been in locker rooms for years.
Good. That's where they belong.
Same thing with cars. They've been in impounds for years. Eventually they go to
No,
auction.
they don't. They get crunched and then they go to fucking Japan and come back as your Toyota. Yeah.
What else? What's your name? Blessings. You look like my man. Huh? Yeah, you look like my man. Yeah, at the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, I don't believe that shit. I'm telling you, I believe that they take these guns, my nigga, and resell them to the street.
No,
I
they
believe
don't.
that. I believe the economy really
No,
fits
we
that.
don't.
Especially in the incorporation of Albany. In this machine that we call the Corporation of Albany, I believe it. Because who makes these guns? The hood don't make guns. How the hell are they getting them?
Smith & Wesson.
Well, hold on, pause. So, okay, if they burning all these guns, right, and they're making all these guns at such a high rate, right, the military's getting them out. How are they still getting it here? How are they trickling here?
What gets me is how a civilian gets a hold of an AK.
I'm just asking.
You can't do nothing with it.
How does that happen?
But you can go to Walmart or wherever and buy an AK, an M16, an M15, all that.
Okay, you can do that too.
It's a military weapon.
You can do that too.
You can't do nothing with it except target shoot.
But how
you
does it-
can't hunt with it. It's legal to hunt with. What do you need an AK for?
Okay, but how
To
does
go
a gun
shoot up a mall?
have multiple bodies on it, right? Involved in multiple cases.
Civilians shouldn't be able to go into a store and buy automatic weapons. That should not be right.
Well, I believe there should be insurance on guns the same way there is on motor vehicles. That's my thing. I'm really going for that. I believe that there should be insurance on every pistol that a police has, so that way when they let go of that gun, an insurance company has to come in and do an investigation to see whether or not somebody's going to get paid off of that. That's my personal. Why not? You have to register a car. You have to register a gun. You know what I mean? Why isn't there insurance?
You gotta
on a gun?
register a gun.
Okay, so if it needs to be registered, shouldn't there be insurance on it? I'm just saying.
Oh, insurance companies ain't gonna go for that. they'll be losing money. The way the cops shoot people, the fuck out of here. That ain't gonna happen.
I just want to let y'all know y'all heard that from
You know damn well that ain't gonna happen.
OG. You funny. That's a fact.
Truth.
That is a fact. But I really firmly believe that. I believe why isn't there legislation for that? You know what I mean? Why haven't they advocated for that? Insurance on all pistols. That don't make no sense. Like why should you know how if insurance had to investigate all these cop shootings, I believe gradually, you know what I mean, they would slow down on that.
No, it wouldn't.
The payout would be massive though.
Every incident would be in the court system for 10 years. And then eventually it'll just get swept under the rug.
Oh, so they are going to use the tricks, huh? Okay. So as long as we know that they're good for the tricks, then we're good
No,
for
you come on now.
But why not? Why not? And at the end of the day, I believe that as Americans, as people, you know what I mean, we deal with these issues. What happened?
Okay.
Yeah, she did. Baby woman.
She went through
We deal with issues like that, and you know what I mean? I believe also that we have means of dealing.
What am I going to do with that?
About to roll it up. We have means of dealing with these issues, but we're not using them. Instead, we're using our time for
That's because there's so many assholes that make these decisions fighting with one another. You know, Albany hasn't had a Republican mayor for like 70 fucking years. And Democrats are all...
It's Albany. It's racist ass town. They want to keep it the way they want to keep it. And besides, they're doing too much.
I heard one thing. At first it kind of bothered me.
What's that?
But then it's true.
What's that?
This is what New York State does. Keep the people happy, right? So, give them welfare. They got money in their pocket once a month. Give them housing. So, they're still kind of happy. They got a house over there, which is free. It's a sick fucking system, man.
It's a system.
Yeah. This is how you keep them all calm. Just give them stuff.
Well, yeah, it's cheaper that way.
For who?
Well, for them, you could budget it out.
Right. Well, not only that, you're keeping the natives fucking semi-unrestless.
And you're making money. You're making money off the drugs, the crime.
Right.
You know what I mean? The crime, you're killing them with the crime. You know what I mean? Because every time something happens, everybody get paid. The judge, doctors, lawyers,
Hell yeah.
family court. It's all the economic system, the shelters. You know what I mean? You divvy up that money. You know what I mean? You keep that money, especially if you could enclose that money in a small section like they do in the South End. Yeah, you could just feed off of that. You know what I mean? Because what else makes money out here?
Free.
No, I'm just saying, when you go up to the countryside, you know what I mean? What they got out there to keep them lights on?
Corn, wind.
Really, what else do they got up here? Nothing. You know what I mean?
That goddamn thing.
They call those economic engines. That's what they used to use jails for that. That's what they used jails. That would be the economy of the whole town, of the whole city. Everybody work at that shit like a mass factory. When they incorporated these cities and turned them into man-made constructs, that's when the shit really got busy.
You know what's fucked up?
What's that?
With all the kicking everybody out, you know who's hurting? Farmers are fucking hurt. Because there ain't no white man, no black man gonna want to go do what that Mexican does in that fucking scorching fucking field.
Yeah, but we can automate that.
All day.
No, we can automate that. We don't even need people.
And they keep, the ice keeps going and grabbing them, and you gotta go.
We can automate all that. We get the robots and all that shit to do that
Why
work.
are you always a fan for that automate shit?
It's not that I'm a fan. It's what it is. It's what it is.
I understand some of that.
Shit, it is what it is. What you want me to sit there and say? Like it's not coming? To not be aware of what's happening?
I know I'll never lose my job. You might, because you're a taxi driver.
That's a fact. Used to be.
I wouldn't.
Long time ago.
Yeah, whatever. I wouldn't.
X.
Yeah. That was last year. I wouldn't get in a car that drives itself, dude. Would you?
Depends.
What? On what?
You know what I mean? Once they get it down pat, you know what I mean? It's not like it's going
Who's
to
going to get it down pat?
They're going to get it down pat.
And then when somebody dies because it ran into a train or something,
They
or
looking
got
at
hit
it
by
like
a
this.
train.
One person died compared to 100 or 1,000 a year. I could live with that. That's how they're looking at it.
No.
That's how they're looking at it. by the numbers.
Good for them. That's what they're telling you. You sucking that up, are you?
It's not the matter of sucking it
Fuck
up. It's just
you.
what it is. It's what it is. Like you see this thing
I'm
coming.
not getting in a fucking car with a little thing going. Yo, this ain't Star Wars.
Well,
bitch.
there was a point in time when people didn't use the microwave because they thought that, you know what I mean, if I nuked my food, I was going to get
Yeah,
radiation poisoning.
I'll never be able to produce.
Every house got a microwave. There was a
Hell
point in
yeah.
time when everybody
You
said,
know what
said
pisses me
don't
off?
watch the TV
Yo,
because it
you
brings
know what
demons in your
pisses me
house.
off?
You can still got TVs now.
Sometimes my
It's a
house doesn't have ketchup. What fucking house in America doesn't have ketchup? And I say that too.
Jelly. Peanut butter.
Oh, I got plenty of that. But what house in America doesn't have fucking ketchup?
Neither.
I put ketchup on everything. Mashed potatoes. All that shit.
No, I don't put ketchup on
I do.
Put ketchup on my too.
Not my Cheerios or anything like that. I ain't like that. But
Who puts ketchup on mashed potatoes? Please.
yo, I'll bet you'll see. I bet a lot of people put ketchup on mashed potatoes.
I'm pretty sure.
They might be all white. You know what's fucked up?
Yeah.
You're from the city. I heard this one day that if you put ketchup on a hot dog down in the city or anywhere down there, you might get beat up.
No. Not for putting ketchup on your drink. I don't see that happening. I hope not.
Oh, so really? That's all right?
Huh?
That's all right?
What?
Because I heard it on it a couple times.
What? If you go down to New York City, you can't put ketchup on your
It
your
was
mashed
from
potato?
like hot dog stand owners or whatever. You don't put ketchup on a hot dog. Like, really?
Oh, on a hot dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. This conflict with that. This conflict.
It might depend on what borough you in.
Well, I'm not gonna sit there and say, you know what I mean, like dude's gonna beef with you over it. But some people feel some sort of way about hot dogs.
Ketchup.
They hot dogs. I don't eat hot dogs. I'm just saying.
Oh, you know where you gotta go?
Where?
Oh, you don't eat hot dog. Even beef?
I don't eat beef.
Gus's.
Huh?
Gus's. In order to eat, but you don't eat hot dogs. Best hot dog you'll ever eat in the world. Don't go inside though.
Don't go inside.